So you have some ads that are high performing, maybe you even have some ads that are doing just good enough, and you want to start to scale them up and get more sales, more leads, and just more results across the board. In this video, I'm going to show you a few simple tricks and ways that you can set up your ad account to scale to get more results faster without any wasted ad spend. So let's just get right into it. First things first, I'm going to go over a strategy that I've gone over before, and it's actually a CBO bid cap. I actually call it a bully method campaign. And the reason why is because you're actually setting up this campaign in a way that it bullies out the competition and it focuses primarily just on your ad set and your ad primarily. Now, this one is super interesting. So you'll see here that we're spending or telling Facebook to spend $5,000 a day on it. It's overall over the past week just spent about 520 bucks. The idea though, like I said, is to bully the other competition out so you just get more focus on your campaign. So the way to do it is to make sure you identify some winners. I would recommend duplicating between 3 to 5 winners inside this campaign with all the different ad sets and basically setting it up with a CBO campaign and a bid cap. So when you're setting it up, you'll do campaign budget and the campaign bid strategy will be a cost per result goal. From there, what you'll end up doing, let me find one that's these two that are working. What you'll do is then you'll set your cost per result goal. So if your goal cost per purchase is like for me in this account specifically, my goal cost per purchase is about 50 bucks at the limit. I would recommend setting it even lower than what your actual limit is. So if it's 50, I've set mine to start usually around like 29 or 30. So you can kind of make that same adjustment depending on what you're willing to pay per purchase. And the reason why is you set it so low is because between all these campaigns, you'll set them within $1 of each other, around there, $1 to $3. I'll set some of them at like 29 or 30, some at 25, some at 32. I'll do a decent range like that just to give ad sets chances to kind of work. And then what you end up doing is you end up setting the daily budget at the campaign level at a pretty hefty number. So for me, when I started this one, I launched it as 1,500 per day, and actually I changed it and put it to 1,700 a day. Actually, I did it again and I changed it to 1,900 a day. So you're going to want to launch this around $1,500 to $2,000 per day. Now, it's not going to spend that much. If it does, usually that's actually a good thing because you will get the purchases at the price that you want. You can see overall for the past week, it's delivering a pretty solid cost per purchase for me where I'm just about doubling my money on this campaign here just by having something that's very consistent. I tell Facebook, hey, I'm willing to spend $5,000 a day on this, but I need the purchases to come in at this cost. Because there's that kind of difference, you're telling Facebook you're willing to spend $5,000, prioritizes your ads, but you're also having that limit there of how much you're willing to spend per purchase. It tends to get you that, and it tends to do a pretty good job of it. You can see that most of the stats are pretty similar. The click-through rates are decently inflated, but other than that, everything is looking pretty good. So that's the first method. The other way that you can go about this is kind of to flip that. And instead of telling Facebook you're willing to spend a very small amount per purchase, like where it would actually be profitable, you tell Facebook you're willing to spend even more. So say, same thing, your cost per purchase goal is around 50 bucks. I would then set it to 75 or 80 with a high budget, and that really bullies out the competition because then Facebook prioritizes you big time. The reason why is because you're saying, I'm willing to spend more and I'm willing to spend more per purchase. And then you end up actually getting the cost per purchases at a really, really good price point compared to normal. So that's the first one, a little bit of a trick. Now I want to get into a few other ways that you can scale your campaigns without necessarily doing some bid cap trickery like that. And it really just comes down to testing different hooks at the beginning of your ads. I talk about this a lot. A lot of the scaling kind of mechanisms and structures comes down to just testing more creative. The more creative you test, the better results you'll get, the more you can scale, the more winners you'll find. Testing more things is going to result in you allowing to scale your ads. But sometimes it's really difficult to come up with a ton of different new creative tests. So what I would recommend doing is finding the campaigns that are delivering your best results, kind of handpicking those ones, determining what's working and what's not, and then from that, simply just test a new hook, a new lead-in, or maybe even a new hook or lead-in on the creative itself. So you could do it on the ad copy side of things, or on the creative, if it's like a video or if it's a picture ad, you could just change one piece of the headline or just the style of the creative. And this is a really easy way if you're like low on brain power, you're like, I just don't know what to test. Just test something small. The hook or the lead in of a video ad, hook or lead in of a piece of copy. So that could be like the headline or the first sentence in the ad. Or just test a different style of something if you're doing an image creative. Different font, different color, different background. It's a very easy way to scale your campaigns and your ads. It's just by having more creative. And if you can make more creative than the other person and more variations, you will be able to scale. I hope you enjoyed this video. Short and sweet, but those are 3 very easy ways that you can scale your ads. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.